Taiwan company is incorporating technology to make masks that is reusable and washable. Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital publishes a record to teach how to relieve anxiety through meditations. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Maggie Tsai. Thank you for joining us. Some companies in Taiwan are working with technology to come up with environmentally friendly and still the same protective qualities as a regular mask. For instance, one particular company is using PTFE, a polymer that is used to clean room filters, to make reusable masks, which can be disinfected by alcohol and even washable, as a PTFE mask can be reused from 2 to 10 times.
Everyone knows right now the medical masks we're using cannot use alcohol disinfectants on it because it will interrupt the static filtering effect. However, there is a new filtering technology put to use on masks which can be disinfected using alcohol.
We're using a filter made from PTFE film. Traditionally, this type of filter is used in high-level clean rooms or where high-efficiency particulate air and ultra-low particulate air is needed.
Taking a closer look at the polytetrafluoroethylene film, when sprayed with water, it is water repellent. Also, the nano-sized mesh does not dissolve when it comes into contact with disinfectants like alcohol. Cutting open the PTFE's 6-layer mask, the 3-in-1 layer in the middle is where the technology lies.
The core technology is the film and how to produce it with a different thickness and mesh pattern. It's difficult to find such a thin layer of PTFE right now.
Taking a look at their manufacturing site, one sees the roll on the machine, which is a pre-made PTFE film and non-woven fabric.
This is our finishing machine, which we will take our fabric or filter layer to shape into a mask shape. Then afterward, it goes through our strict quality control department before it heads to the packaging machine.
The COVID-19 virus is about 90 nanometers, and PTFE film is able to filter out dust and microorganisms greater than 75 nanometer. Users can even use soap to wash the mask inside and out for 30 seconds, making this mask reusable anywhere from 2 to 10 times. Alcohol disinfectants can be used regularly to rid of odors. This mask is even designed with no specific up or down, as users can wear it to best fit their face shape.
We want to provide this for regular people to use, as it can be washed and sanitized for repeat use. One doesn't have to continue use tissue paper as an inner layer.
Saving the medical masks for others in need of it, people can use this type of mask to protect against the virus, thanks to this technology company's inventive product.
A hospital's infection control center is a very important part of helping to keep infections from spreading in the hospital. And for Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital, Dr. Bingsheng is the deputy director of the center. In face of the novel coronavirus, he has been challenged in adapting to the obstacles thrown his way, as he knows he is at the forefront safeguarding the hospital and patients' health.
今年增加23例，总共达到100例。
医院是大家防疫的最重要的地方，要守得住，没有时间害怕。
Putting optical brighteners on surfaces which are often touched by medical staff and patients, the deputy director of Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital's Infection Control Center and a nurse is doing an inspection of the hospital's cleanliness.
If we didn't wipe this down, then when we shine the black light on it, the fluorescent agents will be very visible.
The medical staff's hand-washing technique is even more crucial in self-protection and cannot be ignored.
You can't see the fluorescent agents anymore, which means you have washed your hands completely with the correct steps.
The Infection Control Center is part of the hospital's department in helping to control the spread of infectious diseases, and they are also the core center of safeguarding the hospital staff. Cleaning of the surroundings and hand washing are seemingly daily habits, but it's also the foundation of preventing infectious disease.
The most important aspect of the hospital's infection control is to protect the patients and the staff from preventable risks.
Due to the invasion of the novel coronavirus, Bingsheng has been at the forefront helping each department, whether it is in tracking the source of the virus, teaching how to put on and take off PPE, outlining fever check stations, or even establishing quarantine sick rooms.
那之后的话，病人如果收治在这一区的话，这个门禁就要设出来，这样子。好。
With the limited resources of the Infection Control Center, we cannot cover every corner. It's important the rest of the hospital cooperated with us.
Since the epidemic outbreak, Dr. Wu has been busy. And although there doesn't seem to be an end to this virus as yet, he sees this as a marathon where he's tested on his physical strength and endurance.
I'll remind myself to adjust my path, yet keep alert. It's also important to relax and get plenty of rest while solving the problems that come up right away. This is how we can run to the end of this marathon.
Safeguarding the health of his fellow co-workers and patients, Dr. Wu does his best to hold the line in this epidemic prevention measure.
The number of deaths from the novel coronavirus continue to reach green milestones. In order to stay safe, all non-essential businesses were shutting down and residents are asked to stay at home. To help those in need, Tzu Chi New York chapter acted quickly to distribute food to people in neighborhood communities more at risk. Let's take a look how Tzu Chi assists residents to get through the difficulties.
As New York enters its fourth week of shutting down all non-essential business to stop the spread of COVID-19, vulnerable communities struggle to get basic resources, including groceries. In response, the Tzu Chi Foundation's New York chapter has acted quickly to distribute food to neighboring communities most at risk.
That's the first day we provide food open for the public, for our community, the residents. We prepare the food for them. When they walk in, they can just grab the food for the families. Ask the Fresh Rack Company, give us 135 boxes and food. We can deliver most of the food to Chinatown, the downtown area. Some of this in Brooklyn.
Chatham Towers is a really unique community. So we have a number of elderly in our complex. We also have some disabled and we have children. And so it's a really wonderful mix of a community.
I have been living in Chatham Towers for the last 30 years. This is wonderful for the senior who are homebound and could not get out to buy vegetable. So this is really a critical moment.
We have people in the 80s and 90s in our building, and they wouldn't have been able to go out. So I honestly didn't know what we were going to do to help them.
If there's anything else you need, please let us know.
So this is, again, I said it's a godsend for us.
Here's a Lydian vegan pantry. So they give us the $5,000 check. So they want the Tzu Chi Foundation and buy more masks and gloves to help the front of the medical team.
So my name is Lily. Welcome to Lily's Vegan Pantry. We wanted to donate money and food just to make sure that the people need the surgical masks or gloves or anything like that are in need. So this order is actually going to Brooklyn today. Make sure that they're good for a good week. We've been shipping maybe like 100 packages a day through UPS, USPS. And then we also have our local deliveries. Our local delivery is probably around 20 deliveries a day. And we've been open for 25 years already. Whatever the community needs from us or other small business need from us, we'll try our best to provide them with whatever help we can.
It's a beautiful day, but I feel sad because I saw so many citizens, the senior citizens, they're not able to come out to shopping. So when they give them the food, they are so happy, so appreciate. That's very important. I can invite more volunteers to provide more food and to the people which live in the community who need the food. So I want to invite more volunteers to come join us, join the Tzu Chi.
Over 1,300 people in the Hsinchu County, Taiwan are being quarantined at home. So city volunteers and the county government prepared 1,500 care packages for them. Every bag includes 7 items such as nutritional supplements and city's magazines. Over 80 volunteers, including children, came to prepare these packages, completing them in just 2 hours.
We hang the blessing ornament on the right side.
There is an organized procedure in preparing these items. Over 80 volunteers came to prepare care packages for the people in quarantine in Hsinchu County.
We don't see these people in quarantine as dangerous people, but we must give them more love, and the county magistrate fully supports this idea.
Each of the 1,500 care packages includes 7 items. There are also several children who are here to help.
I put in the instant rice and I hope they'll eat it and stay healthy.
I put in the jelly and I'm happy today. I want to eat the jelly too. I hope everyone will get it and they'll be healthy and happy.
There are over 1,300 people in quarantine in Hsinchu County, and we hope they can have snacks to eat and have these books to read. And most importantly, our master also wrote a letter to everyone.
The care packages will fill the people in quarantine with love and support, so they will not feel anxious during their 2-week quarantine time at home.
As of April 6, the number of people in Taiwan having contracted COVID-19 has reached 3,073. Facing the unknown spread of the virus, people tend to be anxious and worried. To help those people ease their minds, Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital recently published a recording on how to reduce stress through meditation, so people can use it at home and release their anxiety.
也会听见鸟叫的声音。我们把注意力从外面收到你的内在。
A psychiatrist is teaching a patient to use breathing and mindfulness technique to focus on the current conditions of her body and mind. This can help people who are showing signs of anxiety and worrying because of COVID-19 to relax and reduce stress.
引导到他们可以专注当下。
This can guide them to focus on the moment, and when their minds become calm, their autonomic nervous system will become more balanced, and it can help them adjust to the pressures.
Through mindfulness, it can help your brain to become healthier.
Our hippocampus and even the brain cells on the prefrontal cortex that control our emotions can be changed through our repeating mindfulness training.
A clinical psychiatrist recorded a sound file on mindfulness technique on how to reduce stress and deep relaxation and upload it on the internet. He also provides a QR code for people to scan it so they can do these techniques at home. Medical teams also chose 5 words that can soothe people's minds. A doctor suggests that we can give more love to people because it can help other people cope with their loneliness and uncertainty.
We can use the phone, text messages, or the internet to send our love to that person and to reduce his sense of loneliness.
The training shown above can help us reduce anxiety and worry, and also relax our bodies and minds. The psychiatrist said that you can practice mindfulness techniques to reduce your stress regularly. But if your feelings of anxiety and worry last longer than 2 weeks, you should seek medical help.
There's an internet article circulating around promoting drinking more water, as excess water can nourish mucous membranes in the eyes, nose, and mouth, which can discharge viruses. Is this true? Let's hear what the experts have to say.
A mask covers the mouth and nose, but what about the eyes? What about when our hands touch the nose or the mouth? How can we further protect ourselves? An article from the internet says drinking more water can stimulate mucus production and help prevent viruses from invading our body.
When you don't drink enough water, the body doesn't make as much saliva and respiratory mucus becomes thicker.
How much water is enough in a day? There is a formula, which is your weight in kilograms multiplied by 30. The result is how much water you should drink in a day in milliliters. For example, an adult weighing 60 kilograms should intake 1,800 milliliters a day.
It's good for blood circulation and stroke prevention, so I will drink water each day.
I won't drink more, but will continue as I have done in the past to replenish my water needs.
Whatever amount of water your body doesn't need is discharged through urine. It won't be transformed into more mucus or saliva.
The internet article is only half right, as excess water consumed won't turn into more mucus for the body. When the urine is light yellow or colorless, it is an indication that there is enough water in your body.
During the epidemic, firefighters also worked very hard. Tzu Chi volunteers went to the Taipei City Fire Department to serve hot vegetarian meal boxes and invited them to pray for an end to disaster in the world.
Volunteers are busy putting hot rice and dishes in mailbox from early morning. 1,000 of volunteers need to prepare 120 mailboxes. How to pack the food in the mailboxes is also carefully designed. The dishes are very colorful, making people eager to eat.
We try to avoid artificial flavoring and preservatives, so this is all natural, which we made by ourselves.
We tried our best to make it tasty and attractive to eat. If he eats it happily, it will be easier for us to promote vegetarianism later.
The staff enjoyed the delicious mailboxes very much, which were delivered to the Taipei City Fire Department to comfort the hardworking staff and also promote vegetarianism. Some people were inspired to write a prayer card and make a vow.
Currently, we decided to provide vegetarian meals 2 days a week, on every Monday and Friday first, and further change to complete vegetarian in the future. In fact, I also admired Tzu Chi's selfless love.
Everyone is working very hard in epidemic prevention. The Tzu Chi Foundation feels the efforts of our firefighters. It specially arranged this blessing ceremony and provided cloth masks and vegetarian lunch boxes for our colleagues to enjoy.
We have made mask covers, so more medical masks can be saved for medical personnel in the world.
Volunteers have handmade 2,700 mask covers, which were all sent to Taipei City Fire Department to help them save medical masks. Bags of care packages were put on the table. The package include apples, tea, instant rice, and multigrain powder. Everything was available in the hopes of giving blessings to hardworking firefighters.
We want them to try our Jingsi food, which is actually very convenient.
In the face of the current epidemic, everyone put their palms together to pray piously for a world free from disasters.
Kwan Suchong, a Malaysian Tzu Chi volunteer who was unable to give up his desire for meat, encountered a car accident 7 years ago and experienced life's impermanence. In order not to leave himself with any regrets, he began to embrace vegetarianism sincerely.
Chi volunteer Ke Suchuan has been vegetarian for nearly 17 years. Back then, he experienced an inner struggle before he started going meatless.
In Buddhism, we always talk about compassion, meaning that we can't eat sentient beings. After joining Tzu Chi for a few years, I still had desire for meat. It had always been contradictory to what I'd learned in Buddhism. On one hand, I learned to be compassionate, yet on the other hand, I couldn't control my desire.
A car accident made Ke Suchuan experience the impermanence of life. In order not to have any regrets, he began to embrace vegetarianism sincerely.
Car accident really took my life. The vow in my heart would never be achieved. It just happened to be SARS at that time. Master Zheng Yan appealed to us to adopt the vegetarian diet. So I told myself that day that I really need to make a vow to go vegetarian for a month. This is the cause of my vegetarianism.
Facing the virus, which also came from animals, he understood the importance of protecting lives.
The Buddha had foreseen what would happen to this society 2,500 years ago, yet we humans are ignorant and not awakened, so I hope humans will be awakened.
After adopting vegetarianism, he gradually found the benefits of a meatless diet.
Before, I always felt that my blood was dirty. When I fell down or cut by something, the wound often had pus at once. But after I adopted a meatless diet, it took a long time for it to happen, and my energy was similar to ordinary people.
Apart from getting healthier after adopting vegetarianism, he also hopes more people can go vegetarian together so as to solve this fundamental problem.
People stay home because of the COVID-19, but the blood bank also did not have enough supply of blood. After learning the news, Tzu Chi volunteers Wang Ying, who has been donating blood for a long time, invited other volunteers to donate their blood together. Over 60 people responded to her call in just a few days. Let's join them at the blood donation venue.
The blood donation truck stops in front of the Tzu Chi Shenyang office. People must undergo health examination before they can donate their blood.
Only healthy people can help other people.
While the COVID-19 is spreading, it is important to stay healthy. Wang Nina is scared of seeing a needle, but she overcomes her fear this time.
The blood can really help those who need it. It's like injecting new life into them and they can become better, so I feel quite fortunate.
Ke Sanwen also invited his good friends to join the action.
Donating blood is like we do recycling and visit care recipients. It follows the same principle. It is the process of giving.
Li Jun is a businesswoman and also a Tzu Chi volunteer. She leads over 20 employees from her company to donate their blood.
I invited them and my colleagues signed up quickly that in a very short time, over 20 people signed up.
Tzu Chi volunteer Wang Ying is the one who started the blood donation drive. She donated 5 times last year. Once she heard this urgency from the blood bank, she went to the internet to ask for help, and 60 people signed up.
I was touched to see some medical personnel who are quarantined at home suggest that we donate our blood, so I felt I could do something to help. There are many volunteers in Tzu Chi, and I believe they're willing to do something like this.
Cooking volunteers also prepare delicious and nutrient snacks for everyone, and also thank them for their donations.
Singapore grade level preschool students make cards and recorded videos to express their gratitude to frontline medical personnel against the pandemic. Take a look and see you next time.